Hello and welcome to this month's edition of the Inside Report. I'm Arena Kong.
And I'm Doug Bear. My usual co-host Constance Blackburn can't be with us this month, but she did send us this video greeting from across the ocean.
Bonjour, Doug and Arena. I'm coming to you live from Paris at the top of the Sacré-Cœur. I'm so sorry that I can't be there today to film the episode that is 1 year anniversary of the Inside Report, but thank you guys for holding down the fort while I'm out of the country. Thanks so much and we'll see you soon.
Wow, thanks Constance. This month we'll be taking an inside look at some hands-on activities involving new culverts, and we'll be visiting the ribbon cutting ceremony for the recently opened Bucklin Hill Bridge. But first, let's take a look at headlines.
Kitsap County recently received 3 national awards recognizing the work being done by county staff. The National Association of Counties recently recognized this program, the Inside Report, with their Award of Excellence at the National Conference in July. These awards recognize outstanding public relations and public information work being done in counties and state associations across the nation. The Inside Report, which began last September, was selected for the award based on the wide variety of subjects included in the programming, as well as the format and style of the program itself. We truly want to thank John, Ben, and Shar at BCAT for their great production work, as well as all the county staff who worked with us to develop the individual segments. You can see the Inside Report on Mondays at 5 and Tuesdays at 11. It's also available online. Go to the web address shown below and click on the Inside Report icon.
The county's Risk Check program, an inspection program for business to help reduce the risk of fire, received a Best in Category award from the association, recognizing their unique program and the benefits it brings to the area's businesses. The Risk Check program offers technical inspections that can help businesses learn where hazards exist and helps with techniques and strategies to help minimize fire risk. David Linham, the county's fire marshal, said, "The risk of fire is always present in our homes and in local businesses. This program is a good example of how we work with the community to help reduce fire risk through technical help and fire awareness." For more information about the Fire Marshal's office, go to kitsapgov.com and select Fire Marshal from the department's office drop-down menu.
And the National Association of County Information Officers, NACIO, awarded Kitsap County with a Best in Category and Superior Excellence Award for their annual WasteWise Kitsap publication. It's prepared each year by the Department of Public Works. This magazine-type publication is distributed to all county households, and it contains important information about county programs and services. This is the second consecutive year that the publication was recognized by NACIO. This year's edition changed the name to Everyday Kitsap and broadened the scope of the magazine. For those who may not have seen it, you can view an online copy at the website shown below. Well, you know, August brings the annual Kitsap County Fair and Stampede to the fairgrounds. We're very fortunate to have with us today Sonny Saunders. Sonny is the lead fair manager for the fair. Sonny, tell us a little bit about this year's fair.
The fair this year is August 24th through 28th at the Kitsap County Event Center. We have a lot going on this year, 5 days of great programming and lots of fun for our guests and day specials. And again, this year it's presented by Kitsap Bank.
Wonderful.
Great.
That's great.
You know, Sonny, I always like to go see the entertainment, but I understand there's some changes this year.
This year, we do have some changes. We are offering 3 arena concerts this year on our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights on the Geico concert stage. We're having out Heart by Heart, Jackson Mickelson, up-and-coming top 40 country artist, and Austin Jenks from The Voice.
Wow,
Very
sounds great.
excited. Yeah.
And you know, one of the main draws of the fair has always been the Stampede and Rodeo. I understand there's some changes in that this year too.
There are. Because we're having 3 concerts this year, we decided to start our rodeo a little bit earlier. So we'll be starting at 6:30 with our pre-show at 6:15. So we want to make sure folks get there in plenty of time for our 6:30 start time.
That's really great. Let me ask you, you've worked at the fair for quite some time now. What's your favorite part of the fair?
My favorite part of the fair, I think it's the first day where we get to see our year-long amount of work come to fruition and see smiles on kids' faces and having a great time. That is my favorite part of the fair.
So, Sonny, I know you guys work really hard to allow as many people as possible come to the fair, and you do that with some of the special days that you have. Could you tell us a little bit about the special days this year?
Sure. Wednesday the 24th is our Senior and Youth Day presented by the Point Casino. And Thursday by Geico is our First Responder and Military Hero Day. And so it's $5, and that includes a free rodeo for them. And then Friday is our $1 till 1 o'clock. And that's very popular.
That's a very popular day. I know a lot of people that wait for that day.
And Pepsi is great to present that to us that day.
Nice. Well, that's great. What about the carnival? What's going on at the carnival this year?
We're going to have a huge carnival just like always, and I think we're getting some new rides this year. Behind the carnival, we're having a new display called Walk on the Wild Side. And there will be tigers and a reptile exhibit, and it's open all day, every day. You just kind of go through the midway of the carnival and come on back to see a lot of different exotic animals from a rescue in Oregon.
Oh, great. So if people wanted more information about the fair, where's the best place to go?
They can go to thebigcountyfair.com.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and we will see you at the fair.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Well, the fair certainly sounds like a fun time. Now, I'm a little partial to cotton candy and the commercial exhibits in the pavilion. What do you like best at the fair?
Well, my favorite, and I think a lot of people's favorite, are the bunnies. They're so cute.
Okay. Well, the new Bucklin Hill Bridge opened last month, and the inside report was on hand for all the festivities at that wonderful ribbon cutting ceremony. Let's go there and take an inside look. We're here at the Bucklin Hill Bridge ribbon cutting ceremony. Congressman Kilmer, thanks so much for being with us today. What does the opening of this type of bridge mean to you?
Well, this is a terrific project, and it's a project that's based on partnership. The county, the state through the Transportation Improvement Board, the Federal Highway Administration all have their oars in the water on this project. And what this project will enable is improved safety, improved mobility. It's good for salmon in terms of providing better fish passage. So it's really a win-win-win, and I think it's a great day. It took a long time to get here, and it was a tough project for the locals, but it's great that this is now done.
Well, it certainly did. And thank you very much again for coming out and joining us today.
You bet. I wouldn't miss it.
Thank you.
The county thanks you for being here today to celebrate with us. We celebrate this ribbon cutting and the opening of a very, very complex infrastructure project for Silverdale.
Our ability to move people, goods, and services around our community is extremely important, and the ability to take out this choke point in our infrastructure is extremely important. But also, it's nice to be able to have a project that marries that economy with the ecology of it, and being able to open up and remove those 72-inch culverts from the estuary and allow a better tidal flow is just the right thing to do on so many different levels.
Our cherished Puget Sound will also benefit from the rhythms of nature that have been reintroduced and able to ebb and flow freely. From the estuary exchanging fresh and salt water and providing habitat that can, again, support the healthy functions of Dyes Inlet and therefore Puget Sound.
In our belief system, the salmon are people, the salmon people. They come in, they swim upstream, they spawn, they swim out, and then they go back out into the ocean and they turn back into people. And they watch us and how we respect them. And in the past here, we haven't been the best hosts here on this river, so I think that it's affected them. But I don't think anything was intentional. But as time's gone on, we've learned more about the way we live, and this is an example of how we've learned.
It really does take all out another alphabet. P for partnerships. All the funders, all the environmental agencies. I really appreciate the county's early coordination in working with all the partners to get this project to where we are today.
You develop friendships when you do a job like this, and I appreciate all the trust and the support from so many that have been put in me. Somebody's got to kind of pull things together, and I knew that that was my role, and I have enjoyed every minute of it for the most part. A project like this does not happen overnight. Like so many of you know, and of course the Krista Shore's residents have experienced that at least it takes a year. For the last 6 years, I have addressed something associated with this project just about every single day. And I still don't know all the details, or nor do I understand them all. But it takes a team to do this. It takes a team to make this happen, and a team I had.
1, 2, 3.
You finished your degree in college and you are done. But I also feel we really accomplished something. It's a big accomplishment, and I'm proud of what we accomplished, and it was so wonderful to see so many people here and have such a celebration for something that's done in public works.
That looked like a lot of fun, and we've heard a lot of great things about the new bridge. I'm sure there are many Central Kitsap residents that were really glad to see that bridge open.
True.
I had a unique opportunity this month to spend some time with county crews at the culvert replacement along Clear Creek. Let's go there and take an inside look. Many Kitsap County restoration and road construction projects actually happen inside some of our waterways. And in order to do that, we have to drain some of it and actually block off and redirect some of the stream. But when you ask, what happens to the fish and critters when this happens? We're here at Clear Creek in Silverdale to find out.
What we're doing is we've set up nets to block the fish at the top and the bottom, so there's no new fish coming in. And we're going to, right now volunteers are working to fish out all the fish, and we're going to be dewatering the stream. So that way the construction crew can come in and do the work they need to do in the stream channel without harming fish or water quality. So I guess in a few minutes, the pumps are going to turn on, and we're going to divert the stream all the way around this construction site and complete the fish dewatering process.
So you have a lot of volunteers here. So are volunteers actually picking up each fish and critter one by one and moving them over?
They are. We have about 45 volunteers helping us today on the creek, and every single fish gets scooped up. We have some seine nets so we can capture a bunch of them at once, but for the most part, yeah, it's scooping up fish individually.
Wow. And so how long does that usually take?
Well, this is taking several days. It's a long section of stream.
So is that typical of one of these fish captures to last a few days?
It is pretty typical. Oftentimes, you're not working with such a major floodplain restoration project. You're working with a smaller culvert replacement, and so the area is much smaller. So you can usually get that done in about a day. But since this is just so expansive, several days. So what we're doing here is we've created a new stream channel so the stream can meander down the floodplain. It can spread out, and it just provides a place for stormwater. So it's not flooding or overwhelming those downstream areas too quickly. But we're also adding a lot of function to the floodplain. There's over 400 pieces of wood that we're adding that's providing function and habitat for salmon. It's going to create pools. In the end, we'll plant over 80,000 native trees and shrubs as well. So it's quite a big project.
Yeah. What is the coolest thing you found out here?
I found a crawdad arm.
Can you tell me why you're here?
Well, I'm very committed to trying to do whatever I can for the environment.
And I'm here with Chris right now. And Chris, I believe you're with the Clear Creek Task Force. Can you tell me about your work with them?
Certainly. We're a community organization totally run by volunteers, and we maintain the trail system along the Clear Creek Trail. But we also do educational programs related to the environment, including salmon and macroinvertebrates and native plants and fun things like that. And so I've been involved with the creek by doing macroinvertebrate sampling with the county.
Wow.
And also some habitat assessments with them. And my experience in doing those projects led me to choose the Clear Creek estuary when it was going through the bridge replacement project for my graduate studies project.
So I'm here with Clayton, who is a fish biologist from Hood Canal Enhancement Group. And so Clayton, what are you doing here?
So we're working on the Clear Creek fish relocation for the restoration project that's going on here. They're building new stream channels and the old ones are needing to be dewatered. So we're taking the fish that become exposed when the water goes down and we're transporting them to someplace safe.
And so what are you doing with the fish when you get them in these buckets?
So what we're doing here is basically we're just having the volunteers and everybody bring us fish as they get them. We're counting and identifying each one of them so we can keep a pretty good list of what is in the stream currently.
So what are you finding?
So we have coho salmon, steelhead trout, cutthroat trout, unidentified trout because they're too juveniles, are hard to identify, lampreys, sculpins, and some perch even. Yeah.
So is this what you would expect to find? Are you finding anything unusual?
I guess the perch are one thing we didn't really expect, but you find them everywhere, so it's not really that big a deal. But
Is that the most exciting find for you right now?
no, we try to find the biggest cutthroat that we can. So far we're like 4 inches. So these are all juvenile fish. This is a very small system. They don't get real big in here, and there's no adults in here right now currently. So
are you expecting to find a lot more fish?
well, we really don't know. We are catching a lot more than I thought we would get at first, so I expect there'll be quite a few more fish. Yeah, we're into the thousands.
I've had so much fun today learning about the fish and our waterways and water as a resource and the floodplains. If you wanted to participate and volunteer, just call Kitsap 1 at 360-337-5777. Back to you, Doug.
Well, thanks, Arena. That was a great story. I especially like the part there where they hand-carried the fish around the construction work. Well, that wraps up this month's edition of the Inside Report.
Tune in next month for another inside look at Kitsap County. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.